Hello all, in this video I'll be giving an overview of the Meghalaya Civil Service Exam, and recently a notification has been made. So many of you have requested that we need some kind of guidance regarding this. So right at the beginning I want to mention this: the whole pattern of the exam is very similar to UPSC, and I will be discussing the plan of examination, and you will see the syllabus, the subjects, everything is almost the same as UPSC. So right at the outset I want to advise all the aspirants, why not go for UPSC preparation. And once you go for UPSC preparation, anyway you get automatically prepared for so many other competitive exams. So MCS will also be almost like that. So let us start with discussing the exam pattern, because the new notification is also out, so it will help a lot of youth who are giving these exam and also who are giving the UPSC. So the MCS exam, basically the first will be civil services preliminary exam, which is a objective type exam. Objective type meaning you will get questions and they will have options A, B, C, D, and you will have to select the correct option. There will be two papers, both will be objective type, paper 1 and paper 2. The first is basically current affairs and general knowledge and what's happening, the static current affairs and also the dynamic current affairs, exactly like UPSC civil service exam where we have prelims. It will be for 200 marks here. The only thing is that negative marking is not mentioned, so that is the only difference, but more or less is the same. So last year the exam happened in this pattern. So as many of you have requested, I will discuss the question paper also in subsequent video, or I will do a live stream on that. But here just we are understanding what the whole pattern of the exam is, so that it will help you on how to prepare. Now this paper 1, basically there will be 100 objective type questions on GS, current affairs. GS will comprise of so many things like history, economics, polity, and general science, environment. So for the detailed syllabus you can see the notification, and the syllabus is also available on the MPSC website. So this will be paper 1, basically, which will decide who will be selected for the mains exam, because the other objective exam, which is paper 2, which paper 2 comprises of basic of English. There will be passages and then followed by questions, general mental ability, basic numeracy, stuff like that, English and maths, very basic, class 10th level, and this will be basically qualifying exam. So this is qualifying, that means you have to score above a minimum cutoff, so it shouldn't be that difficult. So usually the focus should be on paper 1, which will help you qualify for the next part. So the first part, civil service prelims exam, is modeled exactly like UPSC minus the negative marking. So this is what you have to understand. This is the objective type exam. So all of you candidates who will first enroll, register for this exam, will give the prelims exam, and then people will be shortlisted for the mains exam. Now for mains exam, you have to, civil services mains exam is the next step of the exam, and you have to understand that this is a subjective type exam where you have to write the answers, and there will be a lot of papers. So here also one is the qualifying paper is there for English, that is qualifying, so you have to score the whatever minimum is required. So this should be basic English. Then there will be several papers will be there, and essay paper will be there. Like in UPSC also we have an essay paper, it will have 250 marks. Then there will be 4 papers of general studies, basically 3 plus the 4th one is ethics. So the general studies syllabus is divided into various parts, general studies 1, 2, 3, and the 4th paper is basically of ethics. So all of these paper will be 250 marks each, exactly like again UPSC, and then you have to choose a optional subject. Like in UPSC you choose a optional, and there will be paper 1, paper 2 in the optional subject. This also will be 250 marks. So total, if you see in the mains exam, it's 1750 exactly like UPSC. And now, so this is basically the second stage of the exam. You can say the first is preliminary. It was an objective exam to screen the candidates. Now whatever you score in the prelims will not be a part of the merit, final merit. So it is just basically a screening. That is why it's called a screening stage. Then whatever you score in the mains stage, that is out of this 1750, that will be added in the merit, final merit, which will be calculated. Now once those who qualify the mains exam, they go for the interview, and interview basically is 275 marks. So this also will be part of merit. So the calculation of final merit will be this plus this, the score in the mains exam and score in the interview, that will be basically the final merit. So now, if you have been following me on my YouTube channel, so I am making a micro series on self preparation of UPSC. Basically because many of you have requested that you don't have the resources to go to Delhi or to other places to join the coaching, to buy the various other test series and stuff like that. So I am making a 10 episode series on UPSC, how to self prepare. So already many 6-7 episodes are available on my channel, so you can check the channel and watch all those videos. So similarly, I will be also making a specific videos on MCS exam also, but my advice will be again, all of you who are interested in MCS exam, please take a step forward and prepare for UPSC, because it's mostly the same. I have gone through the last year's question paper also, which I'll be discussing in a separate stream. So the idea is this self preparation series, which is already on my channel. This helps you, guides you. It is not a coaching per se, that I don't discuss all the topics, but how to do things, how to lay the foundation, how to basically starting with what is civil service, then how to lay the foundation of the preparation, then how to start with general studies preparation, then how to study optional, then how to deal with prelims and CSAT. So in UPSC we call it CSAT. So here also it's almost the same pattern. Then how to deal with mains, then how to do well in interviews, personality development. So for all these things already there are videos on my channel, so please go and watch them. And for the civil service exam also, I'll be making specific videos. One is that the last year when the exam was conducted, the last exam which was conducted, so the question papers, I'll be discussing the prelims GS paper and also mains paper to some extent, and I hope it will help all those aspirants who will be giving the 2022 exam. So again, bringing the similarity, I want to discuss. I've gone through the syllabus also of this MCS exam and comparing it with UPSC, and it's almost the same. So it is a very good idea that we prepare for the bigger exam, and as a result of it, you can easily appear and try to clear this MCS exam. I will give you one example, that when I went to New Delhi for preparing UPSC, so we came to know about various exams like CAPF exam also. So I was not even aware of it, and since most of these other exams which are conducted by UPSC and other agencies, general studies is a major part of that. So once we prepare ourselves for UPSC, I was easily able to clear this CAPF exam, and then I got selected into ITBP as assistant commandant. So for that I didn't have to do any specific preparation. So the whole point is, once you prepare for UPSC, you are getting ready for so many other competitive exams, because the practical reality is, of course, on a practical side you have to have some kind of a plan B, you have to give other exams as well, meanwhile you prepare for UPSC. So my advice here will be that since you can see the similarity, it's exactly same as UPSC. The only differences which I am seeing is that there is no language paper, Indian language paper. So in UPSC, basically there is an Indian language paper. So I had taken Hindi, and in fact this Indian language paper is exempted for the candidates who belong to the northeastern states. The list is given in that UPSC notification, and you have to produce a hailing certificate. So overall, if you see for the residents, for the youth of Meghalaya, it is exactly the same as UPSC, because that they don't have to give that Indian language paper anyway in UPSC. So here that paper is not there. So that means that it's exactly the same. The only thing is in prelims that negative marking is not mentioned, at least in the previous notification. So that is what you have to see, the new notification every time it happens. So the point here is it's exactly the same, and the pattern exactly optional. Also the choice of optional subjects are almost the same. So why not prepare for UPSC instead? So I hope this clears a little bit on the pattern of the exam. So why this is important is that once you know the structure of the exam, you can really prepare for this exam. Now also try to understand that like for example UPSC, it happens every year. So there is a lot of volume of this previous year's questions are available. This is available, solved questions are available. Unfortunately, right now the only exam was which was conducted last year, and before that MCS exam was only conducted in 2010. So there is a long gap. So this repository of question papers and the solved question papers is not available. So mostly we will have to rely on the previous year question paper. So that is why I want to discuss the question paper. So in the times maybe in another month or so, I'll be discussing the prelims and mains exam on my channel. So please keep following and please subscribe. So meanwhile, those who are interested in this MCS exam, I would request them to go through the self preparation module for UPSC, which is on my channel, and it will really help you a lot on structuring your preparation, because as we have discussed, it's almost the same. So with that, I will end this this brief video on the plan of MCS, and I will continue to bring some relevant videos for this MCS exam. So keep following this channel, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and share it with those others who also will find this content helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and all the best.